It's expansion time. Look out! I broke the nozzle on this ages ago because the can's like 2 years old, so it's been floating around for a while. I broke the nozzle on it last time I tried to use it, and now I'm going to get a drill and just drill through it. So
You better be quick then.
yeah, it might get a bit foamy.
Is it still liquid?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, it still works. I used it the other day, last week or something. So, but it's good. There's most probably about that much of the can left in there, and I don't have anything to plug the hole up with, so it's going to go like a volcano.
You won't be able to plug the hole anyway once it starts.
Yeah. I didn't expect it would be able to anyway.
But you gotta push down on it still for it to go.
No, I'm going to drill a hole through it with a drill.
You're going to drill a hole through the top of it.
Through the can itself.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'd actually drill one off to the side on the top.
Yeah.
Not where the nozzle went.
It's only like it's so thin of an alloy, it just feels like cardboard.
Yeah.
That's going to be interesting.
I'm going to get a bucket first, so I've got something to drop it into.
What, are you going to drop it in and then try and trowel it on or something?
Well, I've got a good 5 minutes to play with it before it starts actually doing its full-on expanding. So I was just going to dump it all into a container and just scoop it out as I need it. And then maybe scrape off the hard layer and get to the stuff underneath. I don't really care at the moment, alright? I just need to fill in a couple of gaps. And I'll go and buy another container.
Oh, this is going to be interesting. Go for it.
Better move your camera so that we can watch.
Oh?
Or move the drill.
Yeah. No, I can move the camera, no worries. It's on a 6 meter extension cord.
Hope you got gloves on. It loves to stick that stuff.
Yeah. I got my gloves.
Nothing worse than that stuff stuck to the hairs on your arm. Oh.
I don't have many hairs on my arm, so I'm kind of lucky there. Right, so I'm just going to stick this camera down a bit so it doesn't get... There you go for a sixer. Hopefully that should be a big enough container, eh?
Yeah.
Most probably not, but oh well, we'll run with it.
No, you wouldn't fill that up out of one can anyway.
What am I actually looking at? Can't even.
Plastic container.
Okay. Yeah. I'm struggling. Put it
the
on
edges.
the screen so at least I can see something with it.
All right. The edges dried up cement from when I did cementing the other day. How you going, Mike?
G'day, Mike.
Is that better, Neil?
Yeah, now I can see what you're talking about.
G'day, Chris.
How you going, Chris? So, yeah, expanding foam. I've just finished saying, Mike, I've got no nozzle on the end of it. I've hammered the nozzle over it's a couple of years old, this container, so I used the tube once, lost that, and just used to push down on the tube and just get it out, and then I knackered that, so I'm just going to drill a hole in the side, and I've got this container down here. I'm going to let it all because it's just going to go everywhere.
So it's going to be interesting. Could
Yeah.
be the laugh of the week.
It's not the reason I wanted to do the live, but okay. It's Jamie running out of memes. Better come in here quick. Got a the house next to us where the howling dogs used to be. It's up for sale now, and they got a house inspection today. So first time they've had a house inspection while I've done a live. So gives them something to look forward to, don't it? If they buy the house.
All I can hear is the doves.
The doves, yeah. I haven't got enough bullets for them. They breed faster than you can make bullets, them bloody things. So you reckon in the side up here, Robbo?
Bravo, where are you?
He's muted himself.
Yeah, in the side there near the top. What size hole are you putting in it?
Oh, it's about a 6.5 mil or something.
Yeah, all right, that's okay. Now turn the thing upside down.
I'm not game enough.
I'd say by the look of that, it's buggered. Because probably what's happened is you've left most of the gas out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I didn't know that's what it looked like, but okay. Cool.
No, well, that's what it does look like until it's all mixed up.
You put a stick in there and see if you can mix it or something, or
Yeah,
That's what
I
I'm
know.
doing.
Don't worry, Mike. That's what we were waiting for too. Mike says, "Oh crap! I wanted to see it go everywhere."
Yeah, me too, dude. To be quite honest. It is frothing up though. I will give it that, but it's going a lot slower than I thought. Oh, there we go. Now it started. I mixed it up.
Yeah, it wasn't mixed properly.
Yeah.
I must admit, I still prefer the ones in the cans where you actually mix it part A and B.
Yep.
Much better foam than what's in them.
Yeah.
But sure dangerous in the wrong hands because, man, it can explode things.
Yep.
you might as well just scoop it out of that and straight onto your wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would have tried to, but it's not frothing up quick enough.
Oh, well, that was a non-event and very big letdown.
That was shit. That was just a crap job, that one. Better go buy another can and open that one up now. Just to make up for it.
Yeah, Mike, we actually filled a bloke's toolbox with a bloody mechanic that everybody hated. He used to lock his toolbox up so they'd gently drilled a hole in the back of it and filled the whole toolbox up with the stuff.
Jeez.
Took him weeks to even get the drawers open on it.
You mongrels.
I was no part of that, by the way.
Yeah, so you say.
You got a long
look.
stick you can just scoop it out with, Jay?
Yeah, my finger.
Oh, God. Okay.
I got gloves on. It's all rising to the top now like a nice cake. So.
Good.
And I know from experience, I don't need to add much in each spot.
Better to have too much and cut it back, but
Yeah. Oh, God. What else?
Mind you, when you cut it, then it's no longer sealed. But for what you're doing, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
I like that, Mike, though. I'm filling speed cameras with it in Sweden. Open them up like a sardine can. Yes, it certainly does. I used to help build yachts and things, and to get the buoyancy requirement in them, you have to fill the bows and some of the stern and sometimes the side thwarts up with expanding foam. And man, if you didn't get the mix right, it would literally blow the boat apart.
Sometimes that would be interesting. Did you do that to any enemies?
Yeah.
Yep.
Then we used to use it in the rally cars in all the door pillars and everything to strengthen them.
Yep.
Imagine putting it inside the rocket cover of a someone you didn't like.
Fuel tank?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, actually, it probably wouldn't do any harm, except that you'd get no lubrication up to the tappets.
Just wondering if the tappets would be totally seized with it.
No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't be strong enough to hold it. They'd just carve a groove in it.
Just have to stick to sugar then.
Yep.
Well, see, that's another bit of a fallacy too. Sugar in the petrol tank.
No, sugar in the oil.
No. Valve grinding paste works better. Don't ask me how I know.
Although sugar in the fuel tank will stop your car.
Only because it clogs the fuel filter, that's all.
Yeah.
Oh, how you going, Rex? He's in the background.
No, I can't. He hasn't come up on the chat yet.
Private chat in the background.
Oh, right. I never bother looking at that, I must admit. G'day, Rex. Sorry, I didn't see you in there. He's not talking to us anyway. He's talking to somebody else because he said, "G'day, gentlemen."
He keeps saying that. I've looked around for these gentlemen. I can't seem to find them.
No, no.
Really puzzled who he keeps talking to. I think Tammy may need to have a chat with him.
He might be addressing those voices in my head, perhaps.
Wait. Who's doing that?
Neil, I'd reckon. Yeah, sound's gone, Neil.
Yeah. You're sounding weirder than normal, Neil.
Yeah.
All we're getting's a crackle.
Yeah. It's kind of strange.
Oh, hang on, that's better.
Are you eating chips
Yeah.
or
Can you hear me
something?
now?
Yeah,
Oh, no, we can hear him again, Robbo. Ah.
Oh, just started. It was weird.
You might just had a dropout or something.
Yeah, probably. Oh, look out, the cops are coming down.
Yeah, they're always coming around here. Someone's always in trouble. They're in the right neighbourhood for that.
Jay lives in a place like the Pines, Neil.
Yeah.
Anything went wrong within 10 kilometres of Frankston, coppers used to go to the Pines.
I used to go out with some twins from the Pines, although they weren't really twins. They were neighbours, but they dressed up and pretended they were twins.
Oh, yeah.
At the same time.
Yep.
Awesome. That's a root tube conversation, that one.
No wonder his back's buggered.
Yeah. You win that one, Robbo.
Yeah, 2,500 to 3,000 houses there were. Housing Commission houses.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I live in one. I'll show you what I was doing, but you might hurt your eyes. Got it from arsehole to breakfast time. Don't mind me. I somehow broke my glove and it went through my glove. It's like, thanks for that, guys. Just what I needed.
Thinners will get most of it off.
So I'm just using
Do it
this.
quickly.
But it'll leave a brown stain there for about a week.
Yeah. Like that looks like I've been smoking cigarettes or something.
Did you get some on your jumper as well, or was that there before?
Yeah. No, I got some on my jumper. That's all right. I'd rather it there than land on my face, eh?
Yeah, with that sort of stuff, you use the worst clothes you've got, I tell you.
Yeah. I did get some there. Look, a little bit there. That's all right.
Yeah. Oh, it's caught in the bum fluff.
Yeah, don't worry about that. I'll shave that off later.
The only trouble is you cut the edge,
Yeah.
it pushes the others. So as you're trying to shave it, it's actually pulling the others out.
Yeah. No, that's not cool, man.
I can't say that I've ever experienced that.
I'm only going off when I got it on my arm. It was pure hell to get off. I ended up finding a knife was the easiest, actually. Very sharp, thin knife.
Yep. Oh, it's actually still quite pliable, this stuff at the moment, straight out of the can.
You could probably use the old style razor blades, but you just can't use a shaver, that's all.
Yeah. That's not cool, man.
Oh, so you're trying to do the joint up the top.
Yeah, it's leaking through there for some reason. And it's like milli little drips just right near the computer and monitor and stuff. It's like, no, thank you. So, but it bucketed down last night, so it was kind of a bit of a test too, you know.
You'd be better off on the outside putting silicone in there.
Yeah, I was going to say, buddy, either silicone or take the ridge cap off and put that foam underneath it.
All right, so you go and buy me some silicone, and I'll put it on there. All right. No, I got paid yesterday, and I got no money left. So.
God, you sound like Neil.
Yeah.
Mine all goes on the credit card.
I don't live off a credit card.
I have to.
No, you don't. You choose to.
Oh, yeah. When you're well and truly in the red, you have to.
So you're paying interest on your general living.
Yep.
No. We use our credit card for paying everything, but we pay the full amount at the end of the month. Yeah. So there's no fees on our cards. There's a $20 fee for the year. That's it.
Yeah. Mine used to be like that until I got the insurance plus the rego and everything all in 1 month, and I was stuffed. Oh, that's right, and the rates. No. Yeah, so you can't do much else when all those add up to more than what you get each week.
Well, that's true.
Mind you, an eBay addiction doesn't help,
No.
and a timber bits addiction, and a Carbotech addiction, and a timber
Yeah.
addiction, etc.,
And
etc., etc.
And a CWS addiction and timber
Have
bits.
you been to your your EAA meeting yet?
We'll go see a shrink. Yeah.
Yeah, your EAA meeting.
Whatever. that is.
Sorry, Rex. I haven't been watching the private chat.
Yeah, Robbo's a bad E-Wig Rex.
Yeah, I know. And he's saying that he catch me on the class in the morning, his morning, my night time.
Yeah.
Did some turning today, the first in 3 days. So that's good on you.
That's right. Your class is on tonight, isn't it, Robbo?
Yeah. Just one for you to ignore. That's all, Neil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have alarms set and everything, and I still bloody forget.
I'll put the link in this chat, in the group chat right now.
Yeah, okay. I'll put it in just before it starts.
All right.
I don't know what happens. It's right around my shower time or something, and I'm in the shower and I don't hear the ding or something. I don't know. Don't hear the reminders.
It's probably more information than we needed, but thanks. What's been going on, Mike? What have you been reckoning and rebuilding? Now you're all in trouble.
Oh, Dr. Bob, how are you?
Yeah, okay. Let me plug this in. That's better.
How you going, Bob?
Good. Just got a bunch of teenagers in for the weekend.
And Rex says his video isn't working. Have to reboot again.
So you're in your corner of your new shed. Freezing.
Yeah, I just we had a massive downpour last night, so it was a bit of a water test. And I've just been going around with this stuff,
Uh-huh.
filling in some gaps around my roof and stuff like that. I've got a bit of carpet in here. I put that in here yesterday, and then it rained all over it. It rained on the carpet, but it didn't rain on the computer. So I'm kind of happy, I suppose, with that.
Yeah.
There's drips on one side of the computer. There's drips on the other side of the computer, but none right where the computer is. So,
Have you ever? There's no way you can deny there's a rain god somewhere looking.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
there's also a drip in front of the computer, but anyway.
Is that how it goes, Robbo?
Yeah, he can
Yeah.
read between the lines.
Bungholio.
No,
Yeah.
they're-
That's the story of life, Mike. Whenever I've been able to afford anything, they've run out of stock. When I can't afford it, I haven't got the money, so I'm either too late or too early for some things.
Did you look on Amazon? Did you look on Amazon, Mike?
Just to fill Neil in what we're talking about. Mike said been busy doing some work to save up for a new thicknesser. Now I've got the money everywhere is sold out of all the brands of thickness are in the price range. That is, none in the country. Yeah, we're having the same problems out here with a lot of things too.
I thought I only had that luck, Mike. That's like there's a couple of smaller companies in Australia that have been putting up posts on their Facebook pages saying that they can no longer deliver. No one can order from them and deliver because the postal service is that backed up from department stores, from people buying online and stuff, from from Sydney being in lockdown, which is probably would I be saying right, the biggest population in Australia for the state-wise. There's a lot of people buying online and so everything's come to a bloody halt because these ferals want to go to the beach instead of staying inside.
At least you're allowed to move around, Jay.
Yeah, well, there was a story that came up on my headlines yesterday. The Victorians are going into more lockdown because they can't stay inside. And they showed a picture of the beach and it was packed. It's like, Mama, look.
Yeah, but you have to look at who the losers are. The ones that are packing the beach.
That's
They're
what
going
I
to be
mean.
the ones, but what are they losing? It's not much, just their life.
And they got 203 more cases in one day. It's like, oh, man.
Yeah.
At least it's
Well,
not as
there
bad
are
as
people-
New South Wales.
Yeah, New South Wales up around 1,200 or something.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know by American standards and probably English standards, that doesn't sound very high, but it's extremely high for us.
I know here in Michigan we got it under control to a great extent, but some of the southern states, like Hawaii and Texas, where they actually had the governor mandate that kids could not wear masks in school. And then he got PO'd because the women stood up against him. Because it was their kids. And he still went along with it. Now they don't there's not enough equipment in hospitals for pediatrics.
That's what people don't realise, that what they're trying to do is not overload the hospitals because there's just not enough stuff to do it. And Mike said there were more unmasked people on the beach than at Obama's birthday party.
Yeah. No, they're putting next to every hospital, they're making a it's in between a doctor's surgery and a hospital, but it's to relieve the hospital of people that think it's an emergency when it's not.
Yep.
And they're either built onto the hospital or they're right across the road. So a lot of people are getting directed to those places now. There's a big one at Elizabeth here, like 20 k's down the road, and there's one they're building just up the road here now. So they're doing that everywhere now. At least
We're
they're
running out of equipment here,
yeah.
like
least they're-
respirators. For kids, it takes a different respirator for a lot of the kids.
Yeah.
And they're finding
Yeah.
kids coming down with it that can't even walk yet. Because
And we had a
someone
4-year-old
in their
here.
family said, oh, it doesn't matter, kids can't catch it.
Sorry, Neil, what was that?
I was going to say, there was a 4-year-old that caught it up here in Queensland.
Yeah. Yeah, to some of them it's a game. They like to see if they can beat the border patrols. I can see a mob of rafts or something on the Murray River, where people are trying to get across it. Like the storming of Normandy.
What they don't
Well, I
realise is
have
the whole river
often-
is New South Wales.
What was that, Neil?
The whole river is in New South Wales. You don't actually cross the border by crossing the river.
Yeah, that's it. I can see them where you built your Tugun bypass there. I can see them tunnelling underneath that, you know.
They'll get a bit wet. But they are getting in. That's the trouble.
Yeah, I know, it's stupid. What are you doing there, Neil?
Not me, I don't think.
It's the rain on my shed.
Ah, well, we've got a nice sunny day again today. I'll send that over tomorrow.
No, I want it today. Come on, Mama, look. Come on, give it to me. Give it to me. Look, I'll mute it and the noise will go off.
Yep. That's
It's
much
really
better.
a shame when you hear our news. I don't know how people, unless they're being suicidal, but not only themselves, but their friends and their kids. But school teachers who evidently had been fully
You-
vaccinated, though the records weren't really there to prove it, gave all of her kids in her classroom COVID.
Yeah, you're fading in and out, Bob. You're getting muffled or something.
Getting muffled by the rain.
No, I don't think
Yeah.
so.
Anyway, I'm going to say big goodbye. Go check my castings. It's just stopped raining, so hopefully I don't get too
All right.
wet.
All right,
All right.
See ya.
might see you tonight, Neil.
Yeah. See
See you tomorrow.
ya.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, when I first heard about the pandemic, and there was talk it was a real pandemic, that to me it seemed like it's a natural culling process from overpopulation. Maybe that's cruel. Maybe it's too biblical, but I don't know. But a lot of the people that are dying, just totally disbelievers that, and they go to their grave, with something they didn't believe was real.
I don't honestly think it's disbelievers. It's if it attacks your immune system. If you're living the life of not protecting your immune system and eating the right foods to keep your immune system up, then it's going to attack you and die. But
Hey, you've got people who won't wear a mask, who insist on, going to outings and not maintaining any distancing, and just don't seem to care because they think it's all phony. But they're singing a different song as they're being told at the hospital, "We have no room for you."
Yep.
And when they say, "Where do you go?" Well, the closest hospital that we have is a 4-hour drive, and they can't hardly stand up, and there's a waiting line for transportation and ambulances. And when they get there, I'm sorry, we don't have enough ventilators. You're going to have to wait until several people die before we can let you in. And that's a shame.
yeah, I'm not being bribed into it. Like I said to Amber, if they want to come around here and hold me down, then that's what they're going to have to do. It's the only way. I'll wear a mask. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not having the injection, so they can come around here, bring a couple of people to hold me down because I'll be fighting them.
Yeah, but
I'm not
you're
interested.
the only one that would suffer from it.
No, I disagree, but that's
Well, if you got COVID, you would be suffering from it. If you
so
don't
is
protect
everyone else.
yourself.
So is everyone else that has the vaccine too. But like they did a study. 70% of New South Wales has been vaccinated, but they're still the worst place of the cases. 1,200 cases. Like, come on. So what's the vaccination doing? Huh? They're still getting it. Still reporting it. That was a good waste of time having an injection, wasn't it?
No, they just don't get as sick.
Yeah, but they're still getting it. That's my point. It's like they want it to be the common.
One way you get it. Sometimes you get it because if you with the vaccine, you just get sick for a few days, but you don't end up buried in the 6 foot under.
What's bronchitis? That's 10 times worse than the average cold. There's no vaccine for that. You know?
You'd rather have, but the average cold is not, you're not going to die from it.
I'm not getting it, period. I never got the vaccine. I never got the normal one. I'm not getting this one. Simple. No talking me into is going to work. It's just going to make me angry. That's it.
No,
That's all.
Don't want to do that.
No.
Long as you don't get around people that have it.
No.
That would be one of the. If you got it and passed away, that would be a great loss.
I don't get it. I don't see anyone. Honestly, I think I personally see Robbo more than I see people around here. And the last time I seen him in person was in March. You know?
Well, that's because you're social distancing. You left that out.
Yeah.
You're social distancing.
All the time.
And that's the great way of preventing it.
Mate, I'm just
A lot of people can't.
I can say I'm antisocial, but I'm too young. I need to be older to get away with that, you know? Like,
Now I got a neighbor down the street that's all upset because the wife got it. And they had to wait 2 days before they could get her into a hospital.
Yeah.
And now it's touch and go. And they were enjoying themselves in Mississippi. They went down and they ended up, and they got it at the swimming pool.
I know at the point, to the point where they're going to have, like, you get a card when you get your vaccination, right? So they're gonna make you have that card, present that card at the grocery store, or you don't get in. That's pretty much what it's going to be, right? Well, they're doing that in New York right now. Right now. They spoke to an Australian business owner in New York, and he said they are doing that right now. So
well, that's up to the owner of the store.
It's just
here's the reason. Here's the reason. If you come up with, and you can blame that you got it because you went to their store, and they have the right to deny people access because they own the store, and they don't want their store employees or people who have cards that say they've been vaccinated in the store. It's like going to a Broadway show. You got to show a card, and it's got to be a valid one to get a ticket because you're sitting jammed together, you know, in a Broadway theater. And that's the only way statistically that they can protect the other people. Because yes, if you can get it again, but it's not the deadly strain, and it's the type of thing that, yeah, our neighbor across the street vaccinated, but he went up northern Michigan for a while, visiting friends and checking their cabin out, and he got it, but he stayed in their cabin with his wife, and the doctors gave him some stuff to take and to help ease the pain, but he was only in bed for, he said, about a day. Then he was out busy sitting on the dock fishing because he felt good enough to do it. And the next day he he said he was doing some more stuff around the cabin. Within 4 days, he was up, and that was it.
Yeah.
But he'd already had the vaccine.
Yeah.
And he's alive because of it. And he's either a year older or a year younger than I am. And statistic at my age, the end of it is death, because the body
Yep.
can't handle it.
And also too, another thing that I would point out to them if they insisted that I got it, I'd also ask them to show me the statistics on Klinefelter's syndrome, who have that and have had the injection and what reaction they've had, because that's a whole different story again. So I'm not.
Oh yes, definitely. There are some problem with people, or I don't know what to call it, but that are in that ultra high risk category.
Yeah.
And
And
you're
they
one
get-
of them. And
Just
you're
love-
sitting in your shed in your backyard away from people, and I admire you for that.
Yeah, well, I don't move off the property here anyway, except to go to doctors, but that's another story.
Just to get
All
hope.
Lunchtime.
Yeah, I don't either.
Robbo answered.
All right.
I don't.
I shall catch you all later. See you later, Mike. See you, Chris, if you're there. Bob, Rex, bye.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming in. Bye bye. Oh. See you later.
Yeah, have
Oh,
you figured out what you need to insulate your shed?
No, I want to try and get the watertight first before I.
Well, yes, but how much money you need to insulate your shed?
No, didn't even give it a thought after I left here. To be honest, I've been cleaning the shed out and.
Figure how many square feet it is, and then simply find out what it takes for your insulation to go in it for that many square feet. Don't
Yeah.
forget not just the walls, but the ceiling.
Yeah. Yep. All right, I'll do that tonight. All right.
Okay, because there are some people I know that might help you with it.
Okay.
But the other thing, I don't know if it would be helpful for your shed, if you could even do it, is to put an exhaust fan in too. For the hot times, to take the hot air out of the top of it, because a metal box only heats up.
I was thinking about getting a whirlybird for it. See if I can find a small one. Is that what they're called in your neck of the woods? It's just a thing that spins on the top of your roof that just lets air in.
Oh, yes. They actually, I don't know if that's what they're called, but I know what you're talking about. We see them often in farms and barns and stuff like that, where
Yep.
there is no electricity because the wind itself does it.
Yeah.
I don't know how waterproof they are, but yeah, that would probably work.
Yeah.
I know I bought a big fan for my garage, and that's a 24-inch wide blade.
Yep.
And I put it on, and it's got a thermostat attached to it. And that has really kept my shop in the garage cool.
I've
Because all
got
it does is suck the hot air out.
I got this big bugger here. It just needs a clean.
Oh, yeah.
I got that one sitting on a tripod, ready to go.
Yep.
The tripod takes up too much room, so I was going to try and mount it up, like up there where the air holes are. Try and mount it up there, sucking air in. Yeah, massive downpour last night, so I've got water everywhere I don't want it to be at the moment.
It just came up and overflowed the door, or did it rain through leaks in
Uh,
the shed?
I think it's the leaks in the roof. That's all. I fixed all them. I hope I've fixed them all now. But it rained. It was a very hard rain last night, so it was a good test. I got. I'll let the camera clear itself up a bit. I've got those lights there.
Yeah.
They're just LED light.
Yep. Fluorescent tubes, 8-footers.
120 centimeters.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what that is in feet. I don't think it's 8 foot, maybe about 4 foot or something. They're pretty good. They take them out. I think the packaging weighed more than the actual light itself.
Oh, they're LED?
Yeah, I pulled it out and it's like, is there anything in here or what?
Right, because you don't need a ballast in them. They're LED, which that's all I have in my shop.
Yep. How you going, Effie? Oh, thank you. And I got it's got a connector that comes with the lights, so you can join them together. So it's only one plug.
Yep. Right.
And then I just got a piece of wood and carved the ends out so they wedged into the air holes that I've got up there into one of them,
Okay.
and then another one into that side, and then zip tied those two pieces of wood, and then put the lights either side of them so they sit like an old school fluoro light, the twins.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So you got 2 lights?
Yeah. They're 620 looms each, so it's plenty for in here. And the lathe height is up here.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it's going to be going across here, so I was perfect.
That'll give you good video lighting.
Yeah. Now I'm just going to move.
I got 4 in my shop, and I dearly love them. And I bought another one here a couple of weeks ago and put in so I'd have 2 over my lathe, one in front of me. Actually, they're both over my head, but one is directly behind me by about a foot, but up in the ceiling, and the other one is the same way. So I have even lighting when I'm finishing.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. I was going to buy one, and then I realised I'm going to have a shadow. So I made sure I got 2 to kind of counteract the shadow a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, you want even lighting when finishing.
Yeah, and it's they're only $25 each, so they weren't too bad.
No, that's what I paid.
And I think they're 13 watts each.
And yeah, they don't pull much. You can run them off a battery.
Yep. Well,
yeah, I like them. You gotta go eat.
Yeah, I've had the infamous knock on the head. Knock on the head. Appreciate you coming in, Bob. Thank you very much.
Sorry I was late. I just
that's all right.
we had a birthday girl here.
Yeah.
And had the you know how that goes.
Yeah, no, that's fine. All right, I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Oh yeah. Take care, my friend, and figure those things out so we can focus on installation.
All right, I will.
Okay.
All right, Mike.
Take care.
Effie, Chris, see you later. Thanks for coming in. Take it easy.